ABC 10 News at 11 starts now.
A powerful winter storm is starting to soak San Diego County. The slow-moving system expected to bring rain, wind, and snow. Thank you for joining us this evening. I'm Kimberly Hunt.
And I'm Steve Atkinson. This is dash cam video from the breaking news track on the southbound 15 right near University Avenue. Our meteorologist Angelica Campos is tracking this storm tonight. Angelica.
Steve, that's right. The storm made its way in right around 9 o'clock. And as we look at the current conditions, you can see it's basically up in the North County where it is the wettest as we speak, including areas like Bonzo and Rainbow. So let's go up there just to show you a closer view of what this is doing. There's a few other areas of showers that are developing also near Camp Pendleton, but it's still mostly offshore. And as we travel southbound, there's also some areas near Alpine. Now, keep in mind that as this system moves south, it is running into very cold air and temperatures will continue to plummet into tomorrow. So rain is going to be changing over to snow. You can see those temperatures in the upper 20s in Mount Laguna right now. A winter storm warning in effect. It started at 10 o'clock and it will be in effect until the end of the day on Thursday.
It's going to this snowball effect, and it's going to just keep on pushing everything back.
Long lines and scheduling problems continue at the Petco Park Vaccine Superstation. Now, with the storm arriving in our county, people waiting for their second dose, they are worried things will just get worse. Our ABC 10 News reporter Laura Acevedo shows us the site will be open tomorrow.
UCSD Health says the site will be open rain or shine, but some people tell us they can't even make an appointment for their second dose. Finding a second appointment at the Petco Vaccine Superstation has been anything but easy for Chris Wendell's parents.
They were told when they got their first shot that they were going to get an email for the second shot. That never happened.
Wendell's parents are both 86 years old, who got their first Moderna vaccine January 30th. The 42-day window recommended for their second dose is this Saturday.
But my mom called the helpline in tears trying to get the second shot.
The Petco Park vaccine site has had to close multiple times because of vaccine shipment delays. During the storm last week, vaccinations at the superstation had to pause for a few hours due to safety concerns because of lightning nearby. In January, strong winds from a storm also forced the closure of the site for a day. Now more rain headed our way has San Diegans worried this will make it even harder for them to get an appointment.
It's going to this snowball effect, and it's going to just keep on pushing everything back.
ABC 10 News viewers also reached out Tuesday about long lines at the superstation, but UCSD Health said there were no known issues, saying in an email that they are vaccinating thousands a day for their second doses and will continue to do so as long as vaccine supplies hold out. Laura Acevedo, ABC 10 News.
And of course, the Petco Vaccine Superstation has to be turned over to the Padres by April 1st, which is opening day. The county has not yet released a replacement site to take its place.
I already know it's them because I have them on with caller ID, so I knew it was them. So I was just waiting for that call.
He is one of the hundreds of Petco Park employees called back to work in anticipation of the Padres opening day. The ballpark is planning to have fans in the stands by then. ABC 10 News reporter Anthony Pura has more on protocols being discussed to keep workers and fans safe.
It's not the opening day that many of the employees will be used to working. Obviously, there will be a lot less fans due to capacity restrictions, but there's also going to be an emphasis on limiting contact.
So I got the call and I'm like, I'm ready to go back.
Jesus Torres is excited to get back to work as a concession stand manager at Petco Park. The pandemic closed Petco to fans during the shortened 2020 season. Torres was able to find a job during the pandemic, but he says many of his co-workers were hit hard financially.
It's been tough for a lot of them, especially with a lot of them having families with big families with kids.
But the Padres anticipate the county to be in the red tier for opening day on April 1st, which would allow them to fill 20% of the ballpark's capacity.
We're excited that our members are ready to go back to work.
Oscar Salazar is Secretary-Treasurer for Unite Here Local 30, the union that represents food service workers at the ballpark.
They told us that they expected to call around 300 members to start on April 1st.
He says on a normal opening day, they would have 600 to 800 members working at Petco. But he knows this year isn't normal. Only in-seat concessions are expected at the start of the season. Fans are also expected to order and pay through an app.
And you decide, do you want to pick it up on the stand, or do you want somebody to bring it to your seat?
Here are some of the safety measures in place for concession workers. According to Padres officials, they'll be required to wear masks as well as face shields. They will also do health screenings prior to start of shifts. Regular testing will also be made available. Torres says with food workers green-lighted to get the COVID-19 vaccine, he's hoping to get vaccinated before opening day.
Hopefully, everything goes as planned. And
Anthony Pura, ABC 10 News.
For now, San Diego County will remain in the most restrictive purple tier. The county currently has an adjusted case rate of 8.8 new daily COVID cases per 100,000 people. To move into that red tier, the number needs to be fewer than 7 and be maintained for 2 weeks. Moving into the red tier will allow limited allowance of indoor dining, gyms, movie theaters, and services.
Numbers on the coronavirus in San Diego County. 473 new cases were reported today, bringing the total to 263,748. And there were 15 new deaths, bringing that total to more than 3,400.
Many San Diegans spend hours waiting in line today, hoping for that new Johnson & Johnson COVID-19 vaccine. The single shot is expected to make distribution a little bit easier. ABC 10 News reporter Rachel Bianco explains why some showed up to Balboa Park without an appointment.
Addie Burnett spent all day Tuesday camped out in front of the Balboa Park Municipal Gym. She had plenty of company. Dozens of people showed up with umbrellas, hoping to get any leftover vaccines.
I think the Johnson & Johnson is the ticket.
At the age of 80, Burnett has been eligible for weeks, but says she hasn't been able to get an appointment.
It shouldn't be near as hard as it is. And, there's a lot of seniors out there just like me that I don't have a computer.
Even though research trials show the Johnson & Johnson vaccine is about 70% effective compared to Moderna and Pfizer at around 95%, Burnett says the convenience is worth it.
I just have a good feeling about it. And it's one shot only. Why would you want to go in for 2 when you can get 1?
That's one of the reasons the county set aside 1,000 doses of the J&J vaccine for the homeless. The goal is to get them vaccinated before they're moved out of the convention center at the end of the month.
We want to prioritize that vaccine for those hardest to reach, the most underserved, those with whom 2 doses could provide a challenge.
Burnett says if she doesn't get a shot today, she'll be back on Wednesday.
And I hope it's pouring down rain and nobody else comes.
The county says so far it has received just over 14,000 doses of the J&J vaccine. Rachel Bianco, ABC 10 News.
As of this afternoon, appointments at the Balboa Park site, they were booked for the week, but the county encourages people to keep on checking. The vaccine superstation at the Del Mar Fairgrounds is closing again this weekend. Scripps Health says the site needs to close from Friday through Sunday because it didn't receive enough doses this week. People with appointments on one of those days will be rescheduled for either Thursday or early next week through the My Turn system online.
The House is expected to vote on the new coronavirus relief bill tomorrow. It includes $1,400 checks for many Americans. The bill also extends to unemployment benefits. It pays for more vaccinations and testing. On top of that, it would include billions of dollars for state and local governments to help small businesses. President Biden says the help is desperately needed. Republicans say the bill has too much wasteful spending. And if the bill passes, the checks could go out by the end of the month.
Governor Gavin Newsom says that California is determined to beat the pandemic once and for all. He gave his State of the State address tonight at Dodger Stadium.
I know our progress hasn't always felt fast enough. And look, we've made mistakes. I have made mistakes, but we own them. We learn from them, and we never stop trying. After all, that's the California spirit.
Newsom also referenced the recall effort against him.
So to the California critics out there who are promoting partisan political power grabs with outdated prejudices and rejecting everything that makes California truly great, we say this: we will not be distracted from getting shots in arms and our economy booming again.
Recall organizers say they already have enough signatures to force a re-election.
The trial is underway for the former Minneapolis police officer accused of murdering George Floyd. Floyd's death led to months of protests and pushed the debate over racial justice front and center in America. Derek Chauvin took notes today as jury selection began. Chauvin is pleading not guilty to second-degree murder and other charges after pinning Floyd down for more than 9 minutes. Both sides gave insight into their cases through questioning of jurors, including about the Black Lives Matter movement.
Yeah, I don't love the Black Lives Matter organization. I do support the movement.